welcome back to Learn Oikonomia. Today we discuss a new synthesis in Keynesian economics. We could see that during the periods of 1990s, there existed a kind of debate, and the nature of the debate showed that this debate was between the new classical school and the new Keynesian school. So the economists who belong to the new classical school and the economists who belong to the new Keynesian school, they have went for a debate. And as a result of this debate, there was an emergence of a new synthesis. And this happened in this arena of macroeconomics. And this was mainly regarding the best way to explain the short-term economic fluctuations as well as the role of monetary and fiscal policy. If you look at the Keynesian economics, we could see that Keynes was always giving importance to fiscal policies in dealing with the economic problems. Whereas if you look at the case of classical school of thought, the classical school of thought was always recognizing the importance of the monetary policy. Now coming to the new synthesis which we are talking about, this have attempted to merge the strengths of the competing approaches that have preceded. Coming to the classical school, we could see that from this particular school, it takes a variety of modeling tools that had shed light on the areas like households and firms. You know that households and firms are certain primary decision-making units in the economy. Now, from the Keynesian models, this had taken certain elements in the name of price rigidity and uses these to explain why monetary policy affects employment and production in the short run. Here we could see that the most common approach is to assume a monopolistically competitive structure. You know what the assumptions of monopolistic competition. So there exists some branded products, there exists so many kinds of differences between monopolistic competition and perfect competition, monopolistic competition and monopoly. Actually, monopolistic competition is some kind of market structure which stay in between perfectly competitive market structure and monopolistic market structure. Now, the heart of the new synthesis is that economy is a dynamic general equilibrium. We are considering a changing general equilibrium system. And what is general equilibrium? When we can have equilibrium in all the markets. We can have equilibrium in money market, equilibrium in goods market, equilibrium in labor market, equilibrium in other factor markets. Everywhere there would be equilibrium. That is what we consider in the name of general equilibrium system. And that is a dynamic thing. Dynamic means it is something which changes. And this deviates from an efficient allocation of resources. Economy always likes to have efficient allocation of resources, but this is something that we can have from deviating from an efficient allocation of resource. And this happens in the short run scenario. We are not talking about the long run case, we are considering only the short run. Why this happens is because sticky prices are there. And also there can be a variety of market imperfections. We can have information asymmetry, we can have uncertainty, we can have risk, we can have different types of imperfections and inefficiencies. Externalities would be there, market failure can be some of these. So in many ways, the synthesis forms the intellectual foundation for the analysis of monetary policy, and this is basically considered by not only the Federal Reserve but also other central banks of the world. Every country would be having its own central bank. In the case of India, it is the Reserve Bank of India. In the case of the US, it is the Federal Reserve. Like that, every country would be having its own central bank, and these central banks considered this. That's all about today. I request you to like, share and subscribe to this channel for more videos. You can be a part of my Telegram channel and Telegram group to discuss your doubts. Thank you for watching.